Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
I thought I was stupid. I was not stupid, and now I'm smart again. So that's what's happening.
That's fair. That's fair.
I didn't even hold the book up.
I have it on my Kindle, so I don't have
Oh,
it.
I have a different copy.
There's multiple copies.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's the proof copy.
I kind of like the proof better than the. I don't know. It looks cool. I can't explain it.
It came in handy too because I'm like half doing the Aurelium magical readathon. So I was like, oh, there's like a single focus object on the cover. I can use this for one of my prompts.
That's
So
perfect.
I did.
Cecilia, I'm so sorry, but Cecilia, you deleted by accident the whole 24-hour thread.
No, I didn't. I deleted one.
No, it's not there anymore.
No, it's lit.
No, it's literally not there anymore. I'm literally dying.
Yes, it is. It's right here.
No, it's not here
Yes,
with
it is.
me.
I have it. I'm
Oh,
on the actual page. It's right here.
I'm so
I'm sending it to you right now. It's literally right here.
I'm
okay.
just gonna
Sorry,
sip my coffee over here.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I just had like an epiphany. Just ignore me. You were talking about magical readathon.
I was just saying I could use the book for one of my prompts because one of the prompts is like to have a book with a single like object as the focus.
Oh,
So I can use the feather.
well, I also kind of have the feather, but it's like several feathers.
Yeah, see, I don't think that works. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Wait,
You
why
probably
does
could.
it have a feather in the first place?
Because it's a bird.
Because the Bluebird.
Who is the bird? Yeah, but that's a ship.
Let's see. Hi.
Mhm.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
But isn't it also the symbol on their wrists?
Yes.
I read this book a month ago. You guys bear with me.
Okay. I actually finished it. When did I finished it like a week ago. So it's still kind of fresh.
I finished it when I was in Vegas, so it's a little hazy. Because
That's fair.
Vegas was a little hazy, so in my defense. Yeah, Rig loved birds. Rig very much loved birds. But yes, we're talking about Bluebird by Ciel Pierrot? How do you say their last name?
Pierliot? Is that how you
Pierliot?
say that? I don't know.
It looks.
I honestly have no idea.
I
that
say
French?
Pierre-Lot. That's how I say it.
It works.
I think it is Pierlot because when you spell out Merlot, it's spelled similar. So maybe
Pierlot.
it's Pierlot.
We'll go with it. Let's see. All the handlers were named after birds. Yeah, they were. I remember that.
Even though that was like a different that wasn't part of Rig's culture. That was like a different division.
Yeah, that was something else.
But that was cool. Anyway.
True. What did you guys think of the book? What did you rate it, etc.? Who wants to go first?
I feel like I watched one of Sandra's wrap-ups and saw that she was like, so I personally gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Wait, why did you say you rated it? I'm sorry.
5. I gave it 5. That's why I was like, I feel like this is going to be an interesting live because I feel like you guys don't like it as much as I do.
I thought the book was a lot of talk and no action. It also promotes itself, and it does not give what it says it will give you. And I was interested in the beginning, and then I was just kind of bored, and then I didn't want to read anymore. So I think I gave it like a 3, but maybe it's a 2. Because now it's been so long, I like kind of don't remember it anymore. It means it didn't really leave an what's it called? Impression.
Makes sense.
Oops.
True. But like, at least for me, at least when I was reading it, it's like I had a lot of fun, but then I had like big issues with it. Not like problematic issues, but like, well, okay, one. But we'll talk about that later. But more just like I feel like this book really much felt like a debut.
Which I think it is.
Well, yeah, because it is a debut. I looked to make sure. So which makes sense. I can't harp on that, but I feel like it does suffer from not debut syndrome, but like what a lot of like debut books sometimes suffer from. But I think it's like a 3.5. I don't know. It's not. I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I physically owned it, would I unhaul it? And I said yes. So that means it can't get a 4.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Right. So did you give it a 4 or a 3?
I got a 3.5. I'm still
Okay.
deciding on that half. I might decide after this live if it deserves the half. Let's see. It was pretty meh for me. I feel bad. Wanted to love it. I wanted to like it, but it was I gave it 3 stars. Where was the spice?
See, I do agree with that. I was like expecting there to be more of that, and then there would be like build up to potentially something happening, but then never anything happening.
Yeah, there was no spice. At least I feel like there was gonna be. Like from the beginning, I'm like, okay, there's gonna be some spice.
There was one scene where you're like, "Oh, they're about to get down and dirty in the librarian's office," and then nothing happened. And I was like, "Come on!"
And then it's like next scene, I'm like, please, just give it to me.
I don't even think Sexy could have saved this book.
No, was this a YA? Because it kind of felt YA-ish at points.
I don't think it was intended to be.
Oh, okay.
I think it definitely was.
Yeah, it had those moments, especially when it had that moment where I was like, "Come on, just fuck in the library, please." Let's see. 4 out of 5, a fun ride, and it did a bunch of stuff I enjoy. It felt like there was a lot of info dumping. Let's see. Found it kind of hard to get into because of the beginning felt very info dumpy. I can see that. Spelling errors, and that bugged me. Yeah, spelling errors is annoying.
Oh, those were still. I noticed a couple spelling errors, but like I have a proof copy, so I just figured that it was like fixed in the new one.
Yeah, I noticed.
That would bug me too.
True. I noticed a couple in the Kindle, and at first I was like, I was like, is it my Kindle's fault? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But
just your Kindle made up the errors.
Exactly.
Just made it up.
I feel like the straight couple got more page time than the queer couple.
Yeah, it does.
You're not wrong.
It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say on Goodreads that it's YA, but like I do agree that it did read like that a bit at some parts.
Yeah, I had those moments where I was like, this kind of feels YA-ish. I was excited for lesbians in space and then sci.
Yeah. That's the whole point. It is promoted as lesbian gunslingers in space. Where was my lesbians in space, huh? Tell me.
I mean, you had one lesbian.
The other one was abandoned in the library.
True.
Well, I mean, you had another one, but they like were never really together.
Yeah.
I was just like, I thought they were going to be like, babe, let's go to space, gunslinging, and then it was just like, I thought the two, I don't literally cannot remember the names. The one, she picked up the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to have a thing, but then she had a girlfriend, and I was just like...
Yeah, Greeka and Rig.
Yeah. Why did she have a girlfriend?
No. I literally thought it was going to be kind of like, not an enemies to lovers, but like indifferent. You know what I mean? Something like that. And I was like, yes, I'm excited for it. And then it just...
Yeah. I was just like, what was the point? But yeah. Yeah.
The library should have gone with them. Librarian should have gone with them. I enjoyed it. 4 stars, just some pacing issues. And yeah, Ginka was her name.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I agree that the librarian should have went with them, but then at the same time, that also opened up the whole like dilemma that the main character had throughout the book about her like wanting to be with the librarian, but also like keep her safe at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can see why they did that, but I think it definitely would have been like a lot more adventurous if she did go with them.
True.
Whole book should have been from the librarian's point of view. Be like, oh, my girlfriend is like in space and I need to go with her, but I'm just a cute little librarian. Oh no, this is really dangerous.
True. I think it would be more interesting if the librarian, like, if it was like a more of a one-sided romance where like the librarian wasn't as much into her, but then Ginka was like, oh my god, I'm in love, and then she gets rejected or something, and that's like the reason she was kind of feeling that way, if that makes sense.
You're not Ginka, you mean the other one. Ginka was the one.
Oh yeah, I meant Rig.
Yeah.
Sorry. I saw Ginka in the comments, and that's where my brain went for a second. I'm like, no, I meant the other one. That would have made a lot more sense, at least to me. Let's see, I really wanted to find the librarian sexy, but it just wasn't there. She annoyed me.
But I also just didn't get the relationship because we had no build up for it, which is fine because they were together. But it was like she was gone months of the time. She never wanted to go home because she didn't like it there. So when were they actually together?
I want to know how they like would have met too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get like how when were they actually like together? Because she was literally gone weeks of the time helping refugees or whatever.
Yeah, but like I know like some people are in relationships like that. Like for example, like
but, like-
military families, the military husband is gone all the time, or military wife is gone all the time.
Mhm.
So
That's
like,
true. But it was more like I thought in the beginning the relationship was not serious. Because it was just like, oh yeah, this is my girlfriend. But I thought it was just like someone she was screwing when she was like there for a day.
yeah, I did think
That-
that too at the
That
beginning.
was like the impression you got. And then suddenly they were like, no, we're in love and we love each other forever. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
felt like kind of like oh yeah, we were together, but because of long distance, we had to break up. But we still have sex on the regular, like whenever we see each other. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I got that vibe too. The
Yeah.
first time they
That-
like, interacted.
Which is why I was so surprised by like them being so committed to each other. But I was like, where did this come from, you know? But
Mhm.
yeah.
Exactly. Let's see. Because Rig was like, ooh, librarian girlfriend is the most amazing, beautiful woman ever. Like, yes, ravish her already. Pretty much. Yes, thinking how they even meet. Yeah. I wish we at least gotten that, being like, yeah, how did you guys meet? Because I'm confused. But yeah. What did you guys think about the world? I'm curious. Like the world building, etc.
I thought it was kind of cool that we got like to explore a bunch of different areas because they were like traveling a lot of the time. So I thought it was fun that we got to explore like the different factions and different like planets.
Mhm.
And I thought that was really cool. We didn't get like a lot on each thing, but I don't know. I had fun with it, and I got to learn more about like the different cultures within the different planets and worlds. So I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah.
What about you guys?
I wish it was a little bit more clear in some ways. Like I felt myself being confused in certain situations. Like with the ways that like I was confused at how like aliens looked. Like I was like, how are they, what is happening here? You know? At least for me. And I was also kind of confused of how I understood there was like 3 factions and they all of course are kind of like not 3 factions, 3 empires, whatever the word is called. They kind of interact, and I was very confused with like how it all happened. Like, how did we get to this point? I don't know. I just needed some more.
Yeah, I feel like the book was like trying to become like trying to establish I can't say words. It's trying to make this really cool world and then like giving us all these different factions and teasing us. And then I was just like, oh, it's really complex and cool. But then when you came down to it, it wasn't really that complex and cool after all. It was just very much like, oh, we control this part and now we don't. And I was like, okay. Because I feel like it was so complex without being complex. I don't know how to say a sentence. Like, yeah, I feel like it could have gone deeper to like why there was so much conflict between them. I know like the 2 main characters, Briggs and Ginka, tried to have like discussions of why they felt what they felt about like their faction and stuff. But I feel like it wasn't enough to like establish like the relationships between the factions because I was just sitting there like, why don't you like each other? I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like some moments where I was like, this feels like Star Wars, but add an extra faction instead of just like the rebels and the Empire. Add a 3rd one, add more religion, and make it a little bit more confusing.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if it was more confusing, to be honest, because it tried to be so big, but then simplified everything. Yeah.
Makes sense. Like, I like the ideas that were there. I just wish I had like more descriptions, but like
Yeah.
not info dumps. That's a clear distinction.
Hmm.
And I just thought like the plot, if you read it behind, that happens like when you're over 100 pages into the book. And I was just like, I didn't read the synopsis before, and then I read the synopsis later. I was just like, this hasn't even happened yet. So it was a bit like, yeah. And then like they go out, to save her sister or whatever. And I was just like, yay. But I was just kind of bored. I know it was kind of some twists, but like none of them were intriguing enough for me.
The twists. See, like I really liked the book, but I did find that the twists were super predictable.
Yeah.
And so when they happened, I wasn't surprised by them. But I was still like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Like I know, like I'm fairly certain this is gonna happen, and then it did, and I was like, okay, all right, let's see like how they play it out, and then just kept reading. But like I did find that they were pretty predictable. Like one of the main twists, the like you literally have so much lead up to it, and it's like different parts where you're like it's coming because characters literally say like what they're about to do. And then it happens and you're like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we want to just talk spoilers now? Because you're like 60 minutes in.
Yeah, we can.
I literally cannot even remember what even happened, so.
So
That's
the
fair.
one I'm talking about is like the one where at the very end that guy like kind of joins their ragtag team, but he's like a bad guy.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
he's like, oh, let's just go to the plays. I called the guy. He knows we're coming, kind of thing. And then they like go, and but like earlier on when she was talking to him in the ship, he's like, you reveal more than you're supposed, what like you're intending to when you're speaking. And she's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And then she like goes there, and he's like, I told you. And then he like tells the person about like her like DNA code on her guns or whatever.
Hmm.
I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like this, he literally told you straight up, like he knows how you like hide this secret now, and he's gonna go tell them."
Very obvious what they were doing.
Yeah,
And then
Janice. Yeah, that was him.
What was the plot line again? It was like, yeah, there was reveal. Yeah, so we had those chapters with like those people with numbers in their names, and that was Ginka and her husband all the time. And I
Oh
knew
yeah,
it like that
Yeah.
was like instantly you knew it was them.
yeah. That
And
was
I was
not
just
hard to
like,
figure out.
I was just like, I don't care.
yeah.
It wasn't used enough time on them to care about them. I don't know. So yeah.
Not wrong.
It just annoys me they weren't together, Riggs and Genka. It just bothers me a lot, actually. Oh.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that like something would have happened with Ginka's backstory where her husband was like actually trying to kill her instead, and then she would like be a bisexual queen and go over to Rig. That's what I was like hoping for.
I was like, come on, let's do it.
I was hoping for like a poly relationship between the three of them.
Well, that would have been fun.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I also thought that June, that was the librarian, wasn't her name June?
Yeah.
I thought that she was going to be evil because she tells June all the way in the beginning how her guns work. So I assumed in the end that when they were confronting the bad guy, that June would come out and be like, I told them how the guns work. And then like they would be able to use them because she told them. And I was expecting her to be the evil guy and then she would get together with Ginka instead. Never happened. Very disappointed.
How cool would that have been if like when they go to the library where she's like in handcuffs and stuff and Janice is there, that she's actually like the ringleader running everything. That would have been better, I think.
That would have been very good.
I rewrote the book the whole time.
Very shocking. That would have been a good twist. Where I've been like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I expected her to be the bad guy since like when Riggs told her in the beginning about her guns. But then it never happened. And I was like, oh.
exactly. Rewriting books.
So yeah. But yeah, I don't even remember what happened in the end. They get the sister, right? The sister was not evil, was she? She was just ungrateful little bitch. That's what happened.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
kind of sucked.
I
Yeah.
didn't really like her either. Like, I somewhat saw her point, but at the same time, I was like, really?
I was like, shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you go and save your own ass.
I'd be like, I'm just gonna leave you here.
Oh, we had that cool like hacker dude, and then he died instantly, and I was sad. I liked him.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
completely forgot about him.
I was
He wasn't in it that
disappointed.
long.
I was just like, oh my god, new character. Oh my god, except no.
Yeah, I was like, he wasn't there long enough for me to remember him. Pretty much. It was just. Let's see. Where was the. I saw something else that I wanted to. Here. I think the author had so many ideas but wasn't able to put them on paper the right way. Yeah.
I just think we were following the wrong relationship. Really.
Yeah, that was the other part. Honestly, I didn't even really like any of the relationships. I mean, that we got.
No.
Like, the one between the librarian and Rig was low-key kind of toxic.
No, not toxic.
It was a little toxic. Like,
it was.
Because I was thinking about it, and then I read this one Goodreads review that, like, really was like, okay, yeah. It said, what did they say? It says, reading about a relationship where one person has to find excuses not to be with the other and then painfully watches their partner convinces them that it's okay. I'm like,
yeah, I kind of didn't like it either. And it was just something about, like, them asking the other one to come with them or, like, not asking them to come with them. And I was just like, nah, I don't like this. So I don't know. There was an established relationship that came out of nowhere, and it did not convince me why it was established in the first place.
True.
Yeah.
It was def toxic, emotionally manipulative for sure. We were so in love, but I won't leave my job to join you.
Oh no, but like, why would you leave your safe, nice job to go out in space and just do nothing?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That part where the librarian was digging in her heels about not leaving. Yep.
Yeah, but if I have a good job I love, why would I leave that for another person who's gonna just travel around in space and make me eat shitty food?
Yeah, it's like at this point, you stay with me.
Yeah, why did you want to stay with her then?
Like, we have a good job here. You don't have to do much. Like,
I think Rig would go stir crazy though if she did stay there.
True, but like she can go on like maybe like a once a month, like a week trip or something.
Little vacations, yeah.
Yeah,
like, I need a vacation away from you. Bye.
Like you just say, okay, I'm gonna go do this one, one go job saving refugees, and I'll come back for a couple weeks, and then when I feel like I need to go somewhere, I'll go do another job. You could have done something like that.
You know, also, like, when she came back, June was like, oh my god, I thought you were dead. You could have called me. And then when she said that, I just assumed they had, like, a fling thing. But then suddenly they were like, I love you forever. And I was just like, oh, that is why I assumed they had a fling. She was just like, you should have told me you were alive. Why didn't Riggs tell her she was alive if they were so in love?
No, but seriously, that doesn't make any sense. Like this one, it says the librarians were sacred, though. Like, the library is supposed to be a safe space. Like, she could have just...
I love the comment above that.
Oh, this one, live in a library side.
Yeah. Me too.
The faction abandoning the library. It doesn't...
I didn't really get the factions, though. Everyone just seemed bad. And I didn't really get the difference between them.
Yeah, because they're saying it's like one is just very much into technology and STEM and they're evil. And then this one's about religion and they're evil. And this one we don't really know much about, but they probably have a religion and they're also evil. And I'm like, then who's good?
Well, I didn't need anyone to be good, but I just didn't get the difference. I didn't know why people belonged to one of them. And it would just seem like they were all brainwashed in their different ways. Like, Riggs was one of the people who were not brainwashed, and then Ginka was not brainwashed anymore because she fell in love and got laid. So, like, the sex cleared her skin, and then therefore she's not brainwashed anymore. No. I
It
don't
was
know.
weird because it wasn't divided by ethnic lines. It wasn't divided, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like everybody in this world is like everyone who comes here is like black or something. You know what I mean? It's not like that. So I was like, "Hmm, is this like a oh, this is like England and then this is like America where it's like everyone just kind of live in an area and that's why we're calling it that."
And you know, like Riggs helped refugees, but which refugees and where? Did she just help some refugees from a shitty faction to another shitty faction?
That's what it seemed like because I remember they saying that like yeah we moved them to this one moon and it'll probably be a while until the factions get them but the factions are probably going to get them again and I'm like is there nowhere else in the galaxy to go like is there no like safe space like is, you know what I mean is there no
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I didn't get the world actually. But yeah. Poor Eric, you're just like running over your 5-star read here.
It's
Now
okay.
you have to say stuff
I
you
fully
love.
expected it. I was like, I knew that like you guys probably weren't gonna like it as much after seeing your wrap up.
hey
Now,
this
now,
isn't like
now
my
you need to give us the positive so that we can hear like why you loved
true
it.
Well, I
Yeah.
think partially the reason I like it so much is because I was in a reading slump going into this book,
Mhm.
and it brought me out of that reading slump. Like I was invested enough in the book to like keep reading, and I don't get reading slumps that often, so like that was a big downer for me. And then I finally picked up a book that I was like, I want to read this and I want to like keep going.
Mhm.
So that was a big part of it, is probably just like the time that I read it, because it got me out of that slump. And now I'm
Makes
reading
sense.
lots again. But I do like, I don't know, I enjoyed how it started off right away in the beginning with like this cocky rig in like a bar just making bets with somebody. And I like that type of character, and I found that they were like very sarcastic a lot through the book, which I enjoy the sarcasm too. And then you get introduced to a character like Ginka, who is like a badass, but you don't really know why they're a badass until you learn more about them. And so
Mhm.
I liked getting to experience like their development over time. I do say that the like number thing where it was like showing other interlude chapters, that was very obvious. Like we all knew it was them from the beginning. But as
Mhm.
soon as you like get over that part where you're like, okay, I know who it is, you're well, at least I was more invested in learning more about like how she became the way she is. And I was
Mhm.
also very interested in the I can't remember what it was called. Was it called Helltech? Like the weaponry that they used?
I think so yeah
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that was like killing them when they
Yeah,
used
that
it.
like that
Yeah,
would
yeah.
slowly
Mm.
like hurt them as they used it. Yeah, I found that very interesting, and I found it like it cool that like Rig was immediately like, wait, there's got to be a better way to do this. Like, why are you guys like hurting yourselves for this? I know you can do something different. And so
Mhm.
like I found it interesting to see how they immediately just fell into this thing where they're like, well, this is the way, like this is the way our what word are we going with? Faction like
I think
area.
you might have said faction that's
I've said faction a lot, but I don't know. Anyway, I just found it very interesting how they were all just like going with it, being like, yep, because this is like our religious portion, like we have to just go with what they say and like poison our bodies to become assassins for like the group. And then Rig just is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I agree. I
why?
agree that that was interesting.
true
I also like their banter, like that she called her a cactus. Someone wrote it in comments too,
Yeah,
and all
I
that.
enjoyed the
Like
banter.
all the things you're saying, I also liked, but then all the other things I didn't like.
Yeah, and like I can definitely agree with a lot of the points that we have already talked about. Like there are definitely things about the book that are not fantastic, but I think it's just such a high rating for me because it got me out of my reading slump, honestly.
it makes sense
That's fair. That's fair.
Because
yeah
I was really bummed that like I couldn't get into any books that I was trying to read, and then all of a sudden I have a book that like captured me and pulled me through, and I just kept me going. So I was like, okay, this is good.
makes sense
Yeah, but all the things you talked about, like those are the things I like the most too, like the most interesting parts.
I wish there was more gunslinging, because that's like kind of what we got sold on. I agree with that. literally, I have the proof copy, so I don't even have a summary on this book. It only says lesbian gunslingers in space.
That's a
all I got.
lie.
It's a lie.
So
It's a lie. It's one lesbian.
I wish
There's only
there was
one
more.
lesbian.
Yeah.
A single lesbian gunslinger in space. That's the one.
Yeah.
I love this
I
comment.
don't know.
I like sentences like Riggs abandons her last 2 working brain cells and follows them.
Yeah, like a lot of the funny things that like were in like Riggs' like inner monologue, I was enjoying those because I thought they were
Yeah.
cracking me up often.
Yeah. True.
No, I agree. Like, especially when Riggs and Giga were talking and just like how they interact with each other. I really like that too. It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What didn't make sense was how naive Ray came across in terms of torture Ginka went through in her faction. Yeah, they didn't make a lot of sense. Let's see. Especially when she sees the backstory of why that was done.
Yeah, and then what Sarah said when Riggs saw Ginka's
Oh yeah, the
wounds and
tough stuff.
realized
She couldn't feel
know.
in her hands. Yeah, they had something like also with like hands
that
they
was
could
really
feel
sad.
things, but then she
Mm.
couldn't do that anymore because they had like special abilities in their hands.
Yeah, because they were supposed to be able to like in their
Yeah,
palms feel like people's like they were like empaths, I think.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really sad, and I was like, oh, that was rough.
That was a bad one. But yeah, it didn't. Rig had those moments where it's like Rig's supposed to be super smart, but would do some of the dumbest things ever. And I'm like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree at that part. Like especially the like final like boss battle.
Mhm.
I was like, really? This is all we got? Like it was so quick. And then like like she got really? I just thought she was like gonna be smarter than that.
Yeah, it's like that's it, really. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, Sarah said the Riggs bike. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh, and Riggs' suit when they went to that like ball thing. How she just wore like this, like fully like bedazzled like pink suit. I was like, that's awesome.
I was like icon.
Blending in by standing out. Love it.
Yeah, blend in by just straight up just bedazzled suit. We love it. Yeah,
I didn't get it
typed in
when they
space.
were in the ball thing that you want to steal that necklace so badly when they were in the middle of a mission. I was just like, can you steal it later?
Like we
she
got
was
time.
like, she was almost like
Yeah.
ruining the whole mission to steal a necklace, even though it belonged to people or whatever. But I was just like, you have priorities here. You're gonna save your sister, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really said,
Yeah.
"My sister or this artifact important to my people." Like screw my sister. I don't give a.
Well, she could have just screwed her sister because her sister sucked, but
Yeah, you know, but
Quite
she didn't
sense.
know that at the moment.
yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would definitely read more by this publisher though. Like I like that I know this publisher like Angry Robot Books, they really specialize in like sci-fi and LGBTQ plus books and I think fantasy LGBTQ plus books too. So like I think that's really cool. And I would definitely read more of their books.
That's our publisher in the future. Facing Gaze publisher. Facing Gaze books.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it too.
Let's see. Do we have anything else we wanted to talk about?
Well, we've only been here for 33 minutes.
I know. I'm thinking of like, was there anything else?
Oh yeah, Sarah, what is the Barnes and Noble thing going around? I saw like a little bit about it. Do you guys know more info on that?
Oh, I know all the tea. I know. I was telling.
Yeah,
Sandra.
tell me, because like I've seen things and I'm like I don't understand what's going on.
I learned all the tea. It's so okay. So pretty much Barnes and Noble came out with this new policy. That's pretty much like if you're not in the top 2% of like best-selling books, you're not going to be stocked in stores.
What?
Yeah, specifically, I don't know. It's stupid. So usually like maybe 1 to 2 books per publisher would be stocked in stores like on a regular basis, and it's proportionately affecting pretty much all middle grade hardbacks are just not going to be stocked in stores in the next like couple months. Which like sucks because you see, and some of them are like really popular authors. Like for example, Kaylin Barron, who we've read on in the book club before. Her new book's not going to be stocked in stores. There's a couple. There's one who wrote what is it? I think Not Our Sidekick series. She has a book coming out that's not going to be stocked in stores. Different stuff like that, and so it's like proportionately affecting, well, specifically middle grade books, a lot of YA hardbacks, a lot of marginalized authors are just not going to be stocked in Barnes and Noble stores.
Like, why though?
Basically,
like,
only Stephen King will be there now.
Why would they do that?
It's
like, are they not going to like lose half the books in their store?
Yeah, it's like, let's see. Stars Are Legion by Cameron Hurley. Yep, Danielle Clayton's not going to be stocked in stores. And it's specifically books that are about to come out in the next like week to a month. That's what I've seen. It's like they've just been told, no, they're not going to be stocked in stores. And Barnes & Noble is the biggest bookstore here in the U.S. Absolutely biggest.
Yeah, we don't have them in Canada.
Yeah, it's like Canada's Indigo, or like
our Chapters.
Or Chapters, or like what is it called? England's Waterstones. It's like that. So imagine if those just didn't stock any of those books.
I'd be livid.
Well, Amazon sales will go up. No, I don't know.
Yeah, and then it's like, but sometimes they'll stock them online. You just couldn't physically go pick them up. You would have to order them online.
There's a lot of people who go into the store to buy books. Not everyone likes to buy online.
But it's also a thing, like especially when you look at middle grade books, a lot of times, at least here in the US, things won't get published as a paperback unless it's really good selling hardback. So how are you going to sell really good hardback if you're not in stores? So which means that they won't get picked up as paperbacks, and a lot of schools here only buy middle grade paperbacks. To stock in their libraries and to give to kids at school. So it's kind of like you're pretty much guaranteeing that these kids will never read your books or these books.
Yeah,
I saw that Aiden Thomas.
But how is going to help stocking less books?
Yeah, it's like they're pretty much trying to compete with Amazon in terms of selling books, which I feel like if you wanted to do that, expand your online and make it more comparable to Amazon, because you can only get Amazon books from online. You know what I mean? It wouldn't make sense to do it physically. So it's really dumb. It's really dumb. I've just been reading all about it.
Yeah, that sounds really stupid. Like
it doesn't
really make sense.
If you know one thing, is that America is not really a smart country, is it?
No. It's not like they have less Yeah, exactly. They have like a whole section for DVDs in the back. And I'm like, who is buying DVDs at Barnes & Noble? Nobody. Nobody. No one's buying their trinkets. Just move that section and just make...
They're going to buy all of the Stephen King instead. That's what they're going to stock. All the Stephen King's books.
All the basic... stock Harry Potter or something. They're going to stock everything else.
Oh my God.
It's so annoying. Part of me wants to, like, in the next month or something, go into Barnes & Noble and just curious to see their selections, because it's just going to be... Because I have, like, a new story. I have, like, a fancy Barnes & Noble where I live.
Hopefully, maybe it can help more people to go to indie stores and stuff. But most people, doesn't just go to Barnes & Noble because, like, that's what you know about.
Yeah. And sometimes, depending on where you live, there is no independent bookstore where you're living. Like, you would have to just order online. At least I'm lucky where I'm at. Because I live in a big city, so I have quite a couple to pick from. But you know what I mean.
Not like you ever buy books, though.
Huh?
Not that you ever buy books, though.
You're right, but I said I literally found this Twitter thread about all like the middle, like all the bunch of different authors that are affected, and I literally retweeted it. I was like, I'm gonna buy some of these books. I already said I was going to the next couple months whenever they come out.
I just go to our used bookstore because we have a big used bookstore here that has like a lot of popular-ish books. So I just always go there.
Yeah, I pretty much only just get used books when I buy books.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do.
You do
we don't need to talk about my book buying. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I feel like
Cecilia will get like a aneurysm.
Sandra, I feel like you buy the most books out of the three of us, for sure.
You probably buy more books in a month than I do in 2 years.
Nah.
Yeah, all of our people in the chat combined, I think Sandra still buys more books than all of them.
Unrelated, I think a few years ago, Amazon has driven brick and mortar stores out of business entirely in some areas. And I was like, I didn't realize they were so big in construction supplies. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I go to a used bookstore too. It's just
Okay.
interesting.
Do we want to recommend queer books?
Do it.
I need to
Okay.
stretch myself. Ooh.
Who's going first?
I don't know.
I forgot mine, so I need to go and get it.
I'll go first because I actually read another one.
Yay! What did you read?
So I just finished Jay's Gay Agenda,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, I've heard of it. Oh yeah.
I mean, I would give it like a 3-star. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's about a guy named Jay who lives in like a very rural town, and he's the only gay kid in his town. And so his family ends up moving to a bigger, I think they moved to Seattle, and he's finally exposed to like more gay culture, and so he gets really excited about it, and he writes out like an agenda of like things he wants to do because he's never been able to experience that from like where he lived
Wait,
before.
are you talking about Jay's Gay Agenda?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I just knew it, but it's just
Yeah.
said Agenda.
So I just finished reading that. I only gave it like a 3-star, but like I still think it's good in the sense of like seeing somebody that was like deprived of everything growing up that they like knew they were being put into an area where they could actually explore like themselves as a person and their sexuality, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, that's the book that I would recommend you check out. I mean,
I have the news book by the author with a mermaid on the cover, and I'm screaming.
Yeah,
because
I have that one too.
So bad.
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
What's it called? Out of the Blue is what it's called?
Yeah, it's really that.
I have that one too. I'm excited to read it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see.
Okay, so I have two.
Grab the book. You got two.
So I read Prayer of the Crown Shy. A prayer for the Crown Shy. Sorry, I can't speak anymore. This is the sequel to A Psalm for the Wild Build, which follows a non-binary monk who just goes out and discovers the world, and it's really sweet. And they meet like a robot, and robots and humans haven't interacted for many years, and then the robot just like goes around and it's gonna learn about human society, and it's just adorable. This is a sequel, and I really, really love the series. Then I just read Feeling of Falling in Love by Mason Deaver, who follows a trans teen who best friend he was having sex with confesses his love to him, and then he does not feel the same. So he fake dates his roommates to his brother's wedding so that he will get over him. A lot of drama happens.
Yeah, that's.
I was like,
very
that's
dramatic.
good.
But yeah, it was really, really fun, and I really like Mason Deaver's book in general. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever read a Mason Deaver book, but I really want to.
I
They're
read
all
I
great.
Wish You All the Best.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I thought it was okay, but I feel like I would want to read more from them in the future.
Yeah. So far the Ghost We Keep is my favorite because it's a lot about like losing someone and death. Which sounds, oh my god, it sounds like I like that. I just meant it was really beautiful and like really heartbreaking. But I just like that the most.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. What about you, Cecilia?
So I'm currently reading this one, and I'm obsessed. It is This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron. I'm like halfway through. I'm obsessed. If you guys know, again, I have a video on my channel about like me pretty much reading Cinderella's Dead. I'm like, this is my favorite. I think I like this one more than Cinderella's Dead. It's like if you love whimsical middle grade, but you want it to be a little older, this book is perfect for you.
I really liked it.
Because it has, first of all, it has it has two parents that are in the main characters' lives, and they're gay, and I love them. Amazing. But it has kind of like a witchy herbalism flower like magic system, which I really like. The main character is really into botany and plants and like learning about plants. It has a little bit of that in the book. And I think I was saying for a while, I'm like, wow, I really don't want to read YA, but if Kaylin Barron writes it, I'm gonna read it.
It's like actually a Secret Garden retelling, I think.
I think
And then
so, and I've
yeah,
never
the main
read.
character like she inherits like a house, and then it's
Yeah,
like full of secrets, and it's a lot of fun.
yeah, I've never read The Secret Garden or watched the movie or anything.
Neither have I.
So, but I really like this book, and I know there's a sequel, so I'm definitely going to read the sequel after the.
I think I'm reading the sequel this weekend, next weekend.
I was thinking about doing it after this, but
Let's do it at the same time.
that'd be cute. But it's so good.
Yeah.
Ugh, love it. Let's see. What are other people recommending? So you should read the Tarnished Are the Stars by Rosie Thor. Okay, sounds cool. Finished Kiss Sarah Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. I have sworn off Casey McQuiston for the rest of my life.
I think I might have done the same.
I haven't liked any of her books. Or I've only read 2. Well, DNF'd 1, but still.
Doesn't she only
I
have
just-
2? Well, 3 now.
3 now.
I just think about Red, White, Warrior, Blue, and I'm just like, do I ever want to read anything else for this author ever again? Probably not.
I hated with the burning passion that book. I hated it, but
I have hyped it up for myself so much, and I forced myself to like it, but now I'm just like, yeah.
see, I have I Wish You All the Best sitting on red on my shelf. It's on there. I feel like it's I thought it was okay, but I was also kind of getting out of my YA. Like I'm kind of done with this.
I think it's a really good book for like if you want to like read more about non-binary people and you don't know that much about them.
Yeah.
Be like, I don't know, educational is the wrong word because a book shouldn't educate you. I mean, it can, but like you should read one book. But it's more like, because it's I don't know. It's a good introduction, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like I can imagine
Yeah.
like if a teenager like went into like a bookstore and they didn't really know much about non-binary, like what let's still like just like queer topics and stuff like that. I feel like that would be very revolutionary to them. But at that point, like I get it, so.
But I enjoyed it. I don't remember much what happened in it. I had an arc and I reviewed it, but like now it's many years ago, I don't remember shit.
True. I need to pick up this Poison Heart immediately. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Sarah. You're gonna like it. I already know you are. Let's see. Let's see how I like it because I know a thing or two about non-binary people. Yeah, I mean, like the characters are cool. They weren't my favorite, but if you like the characters, I think you'll like it.
Yeah. But also, in August, we are reading Lake Lore by Anna-Marie McLemore. I mean, August is basically soon over, but the live show probably won't be for a while because we are slow people, so you have good time. September pick is the Memory Librarian, which is really soon, just so people know. I mean, I say it every live, and it's probably very annoying, but there we are. And then this weekend on Saturday, we have our 24-hour readathon. Eric was like, bye.
Yeah.
And what was I saying?
You said the 24-hour live.
Yeah, 24-hour readathon this weekend.
Yes.
We are going to be live. We're starting out on Eric's channel. We're going to schedule the lives after this, hopefully.
Yep.
And then we will like post a link on Discord and Twitter and all that stuff, so that you can join us for 24 hours. I don't know if Eric will be able to stay up the whole time. It means Cecilia definitely will. Eric might like just pass out in the middle.
Yeah, I don't have the capabilities to stay conscious that long.
Just drink coffee.
So hyped for readathon. I know.
I have a vicious TBR, I think.
I think my TBR so far is 4 books, but 2 are manga and 2 are spicy. Again, I told you I was reading Dick Fight Island, the manga series.
Yeah, I have one graphic novel. I think I haven't completed the Silent Marine, so I will probably ask you when we start.
Send me the link to this. I want to read it.
Yeah, I will.
Dick Fight Island?
It sounds ridiculous, but I love it.
I was between Dick Fight Island and Wind, and I ended up with Wind because I asked my friend, and she was like, I made her choose because I couldn't choose.
Everyone's going to see my genuine reactions on screen to me reading it. It's going to be amazing. I already reading both volumes. I got them. Surprisingly, they're at my library. So they're coming in. They should come in before the readathon starts. Find me a weirder manga title. Other than those ones that are like 30 words long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah.
That's all the stuff. Do we have more to say about Bluebird? Is your ratings changed?
No, it's 3.
I think 3, 2.5. Like I would round it up to 3.
I'm still giving it a 5 because, like I said, it got me out of that slump.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's
Is there
good.
a sequel or is it a standalone? I don't remember now. Like if there's
I
gonna
think
be
it's
another
a
one.
We
standalone.
don't want a sequel.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious now though because I don't remember.
I think
feel
it's
like-
a standalone.
I feel like the way it ended was more like a standalone.
Yeah, but I
What would the
figured, like,
sequel be about?
well, I could see them
Actual
doing a
lesbians in
sequel, like,
space?
well, I could see them doing a sequel like in the same world. You know what I mean? But following different characters.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
sometimes that
Yeah.
happens. So I was like, maybe we'll have one of those, but I don't know. But yeah,
Also,
have a s-
Sarah said in the comments, randomly sat her all, wow, this book club has read 26 books. I love that. Yeah, we missed our anniversary. I don't think we mentioned it at all.
no, we completely forgot.
But in our 24th book, we had been going for 2 years, which is
Wow.
insane. Yeah,
I joined
I
in
don't know
late,
why.
I don't even know. When did I join?
Well, January?
No, you were there for Under the Whispering Door.
So December.
Yeah, I think that was the first one.
Yeah, that was our November book.
November.
So soon a year. Yeah, because our
Wow.
December book was a Lat's Away.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Love that.
Do you regret your decision?
No. It's introduced me to a lot of like new books that I probably wouldn't have picked up before. So that's cool.
True.
Yeah.
Like some books I
That's
didn't
fun.
even know about, and then we read them for this club, and I was like, cool.
True.
Yeah. Is your favorite still The Darkness Outside Us?
That was a really good one.
It was really good.
I also really enjoyed Iron Widow though too.
Oh, that's true.
True.
I have to turn around to see what we read.
Yeah, I think it would be between those two.
Yeah, they were good.
Okay.
Definitely.
But are we gonna say bye? Or
Yeah.
are we gonna yeah?
I think
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah.
See you guys all for the readathon this weekend.
Yeah, if you don't show you're a loser, you're homophobic. No.
You're homophobic. Yeah, you don't show up, you're homophobic.
Oh my god.
Even if you don't take place in the readathon, you can still show up for sprints.
Yes. You know, then you're technically participating in a readathon.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
but yes, we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.